It's the Joel Shit Show, featuring Joel Shit. Hi, welcome to the Joel Shit Show. I'm your host, Joel Shit. So yesterday was Pinball Playoffs, and I was the 10th seed, and I finished in 10th. So I did what I was supposed to do. First round was against Walter, and I won the first game, which was Funhouse, and then I lost the second game, which was Twilight Zone, and it was terrible, because he only had 130 million, but I only had 19 million. And then the third game was probably it was Indianapolis 500, and he beat the shit out of me. He's good at that game. He's good at a lot of games. Losing to Walter's no slouch. I mean, his kids made a sign for him that he put on the wall. Like you go to a baseball game, you know, and people make the big signs for their favorite player, you know. So his daughters did that for him, because I guess they couldn't be there, or I don't know. So there's this sign on the wall. So he beat me, so then I was in the losers bracket, and then I had to play against Mark. And Mark is, he's good when he wants to be. He owns a lot of machines, but he's a recreational player. And I beat Mark at 2 out of 3 games. He beat me at Whitewater, where we both played like crap. He had 17 million, I had 13 million. He tilted his second ball, and I didn't let the thing completely calm down, and on my third ball I tilted too. And then on his third ball he tilted too, but it didn't matter because he had already won. But I did beat him in Twilight Zone, and I did beat him in the third game, which I believe was Indianapolis 500. Yes, it was. So I moved on in the losers bracket and went up against Josh. Josh is one of those guys who's either really on or really off, and I couldn't get in his head, so to speak, and he beat the crap out of me in 2 straight. And now I was in the consolation bracket, and I was up against Huge, the host of the event. Well, Huge had gotten swept 2-0 in the winners bracket and the losers bracket, and then he had to face me. So I beat him in the first game, which was Twilight Zone. The second game, we played Funhouse, and he beat me, so he finally got a win. And then our third game was Whitewater, and I beat him. So I got to move on to the 9th place game against another Ryan, and the first game we picked was Twilight Zone, where I had the only good game of the day that I had. I got 1.6 billion points, most of it on the second ball when I got lost in the zone. I got 450 million on Lost in the Zone without getting a Powerball jackpot, which is pretty hard to do. He had 200 million after his first ball, and so I was kind of pissed because I didn't think he was going to do that well. My fault. He's wearing a t-shirt that says TZ on the front and Litz on the back. And Litz in the vernacular means lost in the zone, which is one of the big things in the game. I didn't even realize that he was wearing that shirt, and I still picked Twilight Zone, but I still beat him anyway. And then he beat me in the last 2 games, so I finished in 10th place. So that's the way it goes. That's all the time we have today. Visit us on the web at joelshitshow.com. Email joel at joelshitshow.com.